Yeah, well, there we go.
Okay.
I was gonna go this
I've
week.
never gone.
Our
Gonna call the-
sheriff's
gonna call the
department used to
meeting.
rent the bus.
I'm going to call the meeting to order. Committeeman Sheehan will be joining us remotely due to geographical location. We rise for the pledge of allegiance. Pledge of allegiance to the flag
Flag of the United States of America.
And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with justice for all. Amen.
Kelly, is there anybody signed up for public appearance?
No.
Sorry, roll call.
Mr. Bahu? Mr. Morin?
Yes.
Mr. Richardson?
Yes.
Mr. Hogan? Mr. Lemay?
Here.
Mr. Narco? Mr. Sheehan?
Yeah,
Mr. Getchia?
Yeah. Kelly, anybody signed up for a public appearance?
No.
For any school committee communications?
No.
There's no report tonight for a student representative. We're in the process of selecting a new student rep. Can I get the approval of minutes for June 15th?
Yes, so moved.
Second.
Mr. Morin?
Yes.
Mr. Richardson?
Yes.
Mr. Lemay?
Yes.
Mr. Sheehan?
yes,
Mr. Getchia?
Yes. Can I get a motion to waive the reading of the warrant?
So moved,
For
Mr.
the treasurer.
Chairman.
Second.
Mr. Morin?
Yes.
Mr. Richardson?
Yes.
Mr. Lemay?
Yes.
Mr. Sheehan?
yes,
Mr. Getchia?
Yes. Can I get a motion to approve the expenditures of $12,577,117.74?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Morin?
Yes.
Mr. Richardson?
Yes.
Mr. Lemay?
Yes.
Mr. Sheehan?
yes,
Mr. Getchia?
Yes. Any report of the general counsel?
No.
Madam Superintendent?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. So for the first item on the agenda this evening, I'd like to invite our Assistant Superintendent Principal, Mr. Michael Barton, to join us to announce the newly hired administrators.
Good evening, everyone.
Evening, Mike.
Evening.
So it's my pleasure to introduce you to two newly hired school administrators on our leadership team. The first one is Ms. Kelly Reddy. Kelly Reddy is the CTE chairperson of the Social Services Department, rather cluster. Prior to her years at Greater Lowell Tech, Kelly worked briefly in the Shelburne Technical High School, building her years as an entrepreneur and business owner in the fashion industry. She holds a BA from Franklin Pierce College and associate's degree from Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising in Los Angeles, and she was the education instructor from Greater Lowell Technical High School for several years. We also have Mr. Mark Lemay. Mark Lemay is the new interim construction CTE chairperson. As many of us know, Mark had been with Greater Lowell Tech since 2018 as an automotive technology instructor. Prior to his years at Greater Lowell, he worked briefly at Medford Vocational Technical High School, building on his years as an automotive technical trainer, service director, and technician. He holds a BA from Fitchburg State and is currently completing a Master of School Administration degree from Fitchburg State as well. So I'd just like to welcome the two of them to the leadership team.
Thank you, Mr. Barton.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The next item on my agenda, I'm happy to inform the committee that Greater Lowell has been awarded a Career Technical Education and Partnership Implementation Grant in the amount of $149,880. These funds will be used for after-dark programming with the addition of the metal fabrication and welding program to our after-dark programs that we are offering between 2:30 and 5:30 in the afternoon.
Great.
The next item on my agenda, I'd like to inform the committee about another grant awarded by WIOA, an in-school youth services grant, which funds from Mass Hire and the Greater Lowell Workforce Board in the amount of $60,000. This money will go to provide services to in-school youth at risk to help them find employment.
That's awesome. Good job.
And the next item on my agenda is the approval to accept a donation of 2 LifeVac devices on behalf of the Florence family in Lowell. Mr. Florence's life was saved by this device during a choking medical emergency and have since made it a mission for their family and to the community to make people aware of this life-saving device. And they were kind enough to want to donate 2 LifeVac devices to our school. So I would ask for your approval to accept the donation of the 2 LifeVac devices.
So moved.
Can I get a motion to accept the
Yeah.
life act?
I was just, earlier today, you explained to me what it was. I don't know if everybody
Pretty
does
impressive.
know what
Yeah.
it is.
They are very impressive, and since they brought this device to our attention and are making the donation, we are also going to purchase additional devices to put them in several places throughout the school building. So, once again, a special thank you to the Florence, once again, a special thank you to the Florence family for that incredible donation. Hopefully, we don't have to use it, but it's nice to know that we have something here within our school.
Can I get a second for the,
Second.
Mr. Morin?
Yes.
Mr. Richardson?
Yes.
Mr. Lemay?
Yes.
Mr. Sheehan?
yes,
Mr. Getchia?
yes?
And the last item on my agenda, I'd like to invite Mr. Barton back up to the table to discuss the revisions to the 23-24 medical and behavioral emergency plan.
Excuse me, good evening again. So as you may recall at our previous meeting before our recess, this was on the agenda, and at the time, we had received additional guidance from the state of Massachusetts, from the Department of Ed, to make some additions. So we spent the summer working with the Director of School Counseling, the Director of Special Ed in the main office to incorporate these changes. Just a few things to cover in these changes. The title certainly is a change. It includes behavioral health in the title, and I'll talk about that and what that really means. It also provides the LifeVac locations that the superintendent just described, as well as other resources that can be used during a life-threatening emergency. It also, based on the guidance from the Department of Ed, it requires us to put the names of individuals for emergency services, such as the names of the nurses, rather than just their titles. So it includes the names of all the personnel. The reason is just because people are more familiar with names rather than just titles. So those are included as well. It goes further into defining life-threatening, potentially life-threatening, non-life-threatening measures that people would encounter during an emergency. This document also provides, as I said, more description in terms of behavioral health, meaning that if a student is in crisis, whether that's crisis in terms of depression or outward defiance or any other type of behavior that's unusual or not necessarily the norm, it provides a step-by-step process for instructors and staff members to acquire the personnel that can provide support and resources for those people, for those students, such as the Director of School Counseling, the Director of Special Ed, an adjustment counselor, a counselor, so that if there's a student who's in crisis, they know a step-by-step method in terms of who to contact and how to contact them. So that's all described here. It's also described in our emergency flip chart that we provide on the first day of school as well. It also describes the circumstances when there is a code red in the building and the steps that a nurse in the main office and other staff members respond to code reds, as well as how those code reds are telephoned in. It also describes the steps when someone would use 911 before school or after school, and then the steps that someone would use our number 3333 during the school day to notify the nurses. So that's described in detail as well. It also describes the circumstances after school hours, so that if it's an after school event or something happens during a medical emergency after school, the steps are in here, as well as what to do, as well as if someone's on a field trip, so they know the steps to take if there's a medical emergency on a field trip. So it covers essentially medical and behavioral emergencies, the steps to take them for all staff members during school hours, before and after school hours, and during field trips. And it also provides a description of where the resources are, such as LifeVac, the AEDs that are in the as well as on campus. So it's really a comprehensive document that provides those resources to gain access to them. And those are the changes that are outlined in the red.
Mr. Barton,
Yes.
question. I noticed in the past, we used to just do a code red.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have a red, two. A quiet code.
So
Yep, I can-
a quiet code red was always done. Maybe it just hasn't been spoken about.
We used
Yeah.
to just say code red.
Yeah, no, but it's totally two different things.
okay.
So a quiet code red, is just for a different
Yeah,
situation.
okay.
Yep, and those have been in practice
yeah,
for.
and they have been in practice for a while.
okay,
Yeah.
Yeah, the guidance for the state was more comprehensive and more detailed than it has been in the past in terms of behavioral health. I think obviously it's because of the mental health crisis that the country's facing.
In a
So-
quiet code red, we would use more in a case of a mental health situation.
Yep.
Anybody else have any questions? Can I get a motion to accept the 2023-2024 medical behavior
Move to accept.
health emergency response plan?
Second.
Mr. Morin?
Yes.
Thank you,
Mr.
Mike.
Richardson?
Yes.
Mr. Lemay?
Yes.
Mr. Sheehan?
Yes.
Mr. Getchia?
Yes.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Mike,
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Lynn.
So I just want to say before, just to conclude, to thank everyone, thank all the staff and faculty for a very smooth opening to the 23-24 school year. And I look forward to partnering with our families and looking forward to a productive and rewarding 23-24 school year. So thank you.
I'd like to take the time to thank everybody else, the custodians, the maintenance guys,
Yes.
coming in, and I don't want to single them out, everybody that was in the building. We had a lot going on here, and the building
Yeah.
looks great, so do the ground, so.
Yes, yes,
Just take the
absolutely,
opportunity to
yeah.
thank everybody that had a hand in that.
A lot of projects over the summer too.
Everything went great.
You did a great job, Bill. Mike, same
Yep.
thing.
Thank you.
Good.
The end of my report.
Business managers
Come
report?
on down.
All right, got a
Okay.
short agenda for you tonight, and realize now I should have put a label on top of this. So I'm giving you a bunch of budget transfers. These are actually cleanup of FY23. This isn't looking to the future, and we haven't deviated this far from budget so far in the two months of the school year. So I've presented some budget transfers, and I'll just need a motion to accept to clean up the end of last year, I guess.
Motion, I go get a motion to accept the budget transfers in the amount of $692,784.
So moved,
Motion.
Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Mr. Morin?
Yes.
Mr. Richardson?
Yes.
Mr. Lemay?
Yes.
Mr. Sheehan?
Yes.
Mr. Getchia?
Yes.
That's it for tonight. Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mike.
Do we have any old business?
At first, when you said Mike hadn't seen his daughter, I was thinking of,
Do we have any
because he's
new
got a
business?
daughter too, right?
Do we have any new business?
Hey, Mr. Chairman.
Go ahead, Matt.
Mr. Chairman, I got something I'd like to bring up real quick, if it's possible, guys.
It's possible, go ahead.
Jill, thank you. Jill, when you get a chance, could you reach out to our athletic director? There's a problem in Dragon right now with our football team.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you've heard, but they only have 18 kids, so they can't make a team. I don't know if Greater Lowell Tech might have spaces, freshman, JV, or varsity. Is this something, and I don't know what the everybody else on the board might think about this, but if there was any way possible, if we had enough room, maybe we can extend something and Drake it just to get these kids to play this season. Because it really sounds like they're not going to be able to form a team in Drake it. And if we had space, I just think that would be, awesome for the kids, so they can get a season in.
So it would have to qualify and be approved, Matt, by the MIAA. to qualify as a co-op. I'm not sure if we would be able to qualify as a co-op, but I will speak to Mark White. I know that our football is completely packed.
I just, to
So-
piggyback on
Okay.
that, I know they have a meeting tonight, so they might, this could be a moot point, they might be playing football. If they don't, I think it'd be,
Yeah, absolutely, yeah,
and,
Yeah, so
Right, I agree
nobody
with you,
has,
yeah,
nobody from Drake has reached out to me.
no, I don't, I think they're gonna wait till after the meeting. From what's going by social media, and we always know social media is always right. They have a meeting tonight, so this might be a moot point, but it might be something worth just reaching out and saying, if it goes sideways tonight, they can't field the team, they're a feeder community.
I think we
maybe-
need to go through the
We
MIA. to-
absolutely do, and
I don't want to make any false promises.
No, there's no,
but, yeah.
just reach out and see if
no,
we
I
can or
don't,
we can't.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely not. If we could just start the conversation with the MIA,
Yeah, sure,
that's all I'm looking for, I guess. I'd appreciate that.
okay.
Thanks, Matt.
That's all I
Anything
got.
else? Anybody else? Any motions from the committee persons? Any reports from subcommittees? No executive session? Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion?
Is there a second?
Mr. Morin,
Yes.
Mr. Richardson,
Yes.
Mr. Lemay,
Yes.
Mr. Sheehan,
Yes.
Mr. Getchia.
Yes.
World record.
Is it?
I think you forgot this one.
Why do you always?
All right, thanks, guys. Have a good weekend, all right, everybody?
Thank
you
you.
too, Matt.
Thanks,
Thanks.
Matt. Have a great Labor Day.